The only reason I'm making this video right now is because I'm being manipulated, I'm being threatened, I'm being blackmailed over content that I own. I never wanted to make this video. I never was going to. I stayed silent for years and years. I don't get into drama ever. You guys know I stay so far away from drama. If there's drama, I'm running the opposite way. So I just want to say my piece. I want to say my truth. These are my experiences. I'm not even going to say anybody's name in this video because I don't want anybody to get hate at all. I'm not about this. Please, from this video, please do not send anybody hate. I don't want that. I did try to work this out privately with this person, and unfortunately it did not work out. He started responding very childish and immature to me. He said, I run my dumb mouth all over my little social media accounts. So I guess I will actually do that this time, as I've never said his name. I've never said half the things that I even went through. Anything he put me through, nobody knows. And so now if he wants me to run my dumb little mouth over my little social media accounts, I can. I met this guy in 2016 and we ended up dating for 6.5 years. We moved across the country together. We got a dog together. We went through a lot of good memories together, bad memories together, and we were each other's first relationships. We were a partnership, so we were also business partners at the end of the day. We had to have some sort of respect for each other to break up in the way we did. So I thought everything was fine. I had a lot of forgiveness in my heart when we broke up, just because what I went through in the relationship, I had to have forgiveness in order to move on from this person. I was very used to protecting his image and his reputation for years and years. I lied to my friends, I lied to my supporters about things that I went through because I didn't want to make him look bad. The channel that I was talking about before was our joint couple channel on YouTube. It has 2 million subscribers. He removed my access from it, changed the passwords, changed the password to the Gmail so I can't even log in. He will not even allow me to have any of my memories that I posted on this account for 6.5 years. He knows my grandpa just died. He won't even allow me to have the memories that I have with my grandparents. Of course, after these videos, the channel will be deleted, as he's threatening me to do. So the channel will be gone now. And I'm not going to be silenced about things that happened to me. I have also someone else who wants to share her story as well.
He was sitting here in my room on this bed with me. He looked at me and he said, if you ever tell anybody, I will ruin your life and make your life a living hell. And it's something that not only will haunt me for the rest of my life, physically and mentally, I'm scarred. It took me months to heal. I went through it completely alone. What you did is deplorable, unforgivable. The way that you spoke to me, how forceful you were, it's disgusting. You don't have to live with that. I have to live with that.
So I kind of already knew that this was going to happen. I've only spoken so far about the fact that my ex was holding my content over my head and using it as blackmail, so I stay silent. I'm being blackmailed over content that I own. Of course, after these videos, the channel will be deleted, as he's threatening me to do. And since I just said that, what do you guys think happened? All of the videos are gone now, and the entire channel is gone as well, which proves my point. He was holding it over my head as blackmail, and if I decided to speak up on anything, he's going to delete everything. Not only did he delete everything, he made a video to show me that he deleted everything. He put it black and white. He added some circus rodeo music, mocking me, showing me every single video, 500 of them being deleted. He zoomed in on the delete forever. He zoomed in on the can't undo to show me like it's permanent, it's done. Which is not surprising for me, and you'll understand why once I continue speaking up now. But before I posted part 2, I stopped, and you can see I stopped for 5 days, and I was like, you know what? Maybe they've changed. Maybe they've become a kinder, nicer person. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. From that 5-day break, I realized that I am wrong. I mean, I'm sure you guys wanted the videos as well, not just me. I mean, this was also your childhood and teenage years, you know? You have to have some nerve deleting every single memory left on the channel. Make a mini movie out of it as if it's some form of entertainment for you. And then since my last video, another girl has come forward and she told me that she also didn't say anything because he said he would ruin her life. That is 2 girls besides me that he told he would ruin their lives if they spoke up. I'm gonna continue posting my story. Although he's trying to silence me, I think it's only fair that I also talk about my side of the story. He said a lot about me, and if you're an OG fan, you know this already. It was really difficult for me to understand like what's normal and what's not, because this was my first ever boyfriend. He was my first kiss. Like, it was really hard for me to understand that these are not normal things that you should be experiencing in a relationship. When we lived in Ohio, he really, really scared me sometimes. There was one time that he was upset with me. I must have had an attitude or something. And I remember him picking up a Febreze bottle and spraying it in my face. That is him spraying Febreze in my face. I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, but I would never abuse somebody like this. He would take a baseball bat to our room and would smash everything. You could see the lamps were bent from him smashing it. He would destroy things like our printer. There was holes in the wall, and he was very destructive when he was angry, and I never experienced this before. My dad was like the most gentle person ever. I don't think he even yelled at me. He was like so gentle. So seeing this, I was like, oh my God. I also want to point out, in Ohio, it is a one-way consent. Like if you're a party in the conversation, it is legal to record them. So that is why I'm sharing this with you guys, because it's legal. I was in the conversation. Okay, so from there on, the name calling pretty much got worse. I was called every single name under the sun you can possibly think of. I've been called it. My friends would try to defend me. They would come over and try to support me and defend me as much as they could without crossing the line and upsetting him further, because obviously that gets scary. But they would try to defend me and help me as much as they could, from as much as they could see. I never told anybody what was happening, but from what they could see, they tried to defend me. You guys know I haven't spoke to my mom in 5 years. She texted me in 2019 and she said, I'm so disgusted with behavior. He wants to move far because he knows his behavior is unacceptable and he doesn't like people to know what he is doing. Well, I was very young at the time. Again, I know you guys are gonna, comment, why did you stay? Why did you stay? It was really hard for me. I didn't think leaving was an option. This is called a trauma bond. I realize that now. The scariest moment of my life to this day was when I was in the car with him and he was threatening to us both.
One of the first signs that you're dating somebody who might have violent tendencies is aggressive driving. It's a glimpse into how they handle control and power. They don't care about how it makes you feel or the danger that they're putting you in.
And I did make a video about this last year saying this was the scariest moment of my life, and I ended up bleeping out everything. Like I censored, I said it in the video and then had a panic attack that I can't talk about it, and I ended up censoring the whole entire thing. What was my scariest moment of my life?
Okay.
Yes.
Tell it.
No.
Yeah, you should. Why don't you want to tell it?
I actually have a moving car.
Yeah, you should move. Oh, it's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.
Trauma for me.
It's like literally plot from some horror movie.
And even then, he texted me and he was like, I need you to delete this. I cannot believe, like, I censored the whole thing and he was upset. Like I said, I have stayed silent. I bleeped everything out. Like, I'm sorry it was at your lowest point. It was also now at my lowest point. It's something that I have to live with forever because of how you treated me. This experience changed me. It changed me. I can never get into a fast speeding car the same. I'm terrified every time I'm in a car. Like if I go in an Uber and they're speeding and I feel that they're going fast, I remember this night, and I probably will remember this night for the rest of my life. I want to share it in case somebody else went through a similar situation and I can help them not feel alone. We were driving in his car and he was speeding really fast. I didn't know how to handle such an unhappy person, especially when they were treating me so poorly. I didn't know what to do. I was scared of him. I was scared for myself. I didn't know. I wanted him to get better, but I also was scared to do anything because, obvious reasons. I'm sure I could have handled it better if I was in this position now. I wouldn't be in this position now. But if I ended up being in this position now, I would have handled it differently. I panicked. I don't know how to handle it. So I was just sitting in the car, like looking at him. I didn't know what to say. He's speeding. He's screaming at me. He's saying, I'm going to end us both. And he's saying he's going to slam into a pole. And mind you, he's going fast and he's looking at me, screaming, sobbing, like, I'm going to end us. I'm going to hit this pole. And I'm just sitting there in the passenger seat shaking, like, oh my God, I'm like getting nervous talking about it. Shaking. And I'm like, I don't know what to say, what to do. And I ended up jumping out of the car. I do remember telling him that I love my life. I want to keep living. Please don't end me. I want to stay alive. I have so much more I need to do in life. I remember telling him this. So anyway, when I jumped out of the car, I landed in some random man's yard. Actually, it must have been really loud because the owner actually came outside of his house. He came outside and he saw me and he was asking me like, are you okay? And I'm like crying so hard I can barely say no. And so he brings me inside, he walks me inside, and he locks the door behind him. I didn't know what his intentions were. Like, he was just staring at me with the door locked behind him, and I didn't know what he was going to do with me. And this was the scariest feeling that I've probably ever had. He said, do you want me to call 911? Thank God. Sorry to the poor guy. I like assumed the worst because, I mean, you know. And he walked me out and I got back into the car. And I was just sitting in the passenger seat like, I'm back in the car. Like, am I this stupid? I'm really back into the car with the person that was just threatening to end me. I hid this from everybody. I continued filming YouTube videos with this person. I continued to hope that he would get better. Yeah. After we moved to California, he continued calling me names. He continued to throw things at me. And there was one time that it got really, really intense and he started to get very aggressive with me. And I was so scared. He was threatening me and I was so scared. And I ended up taking my phone, putting it behind my back. And I remember pressing my power button 5 times. You guys know it, like it calls 911. And I called 911 because obviously I didn't want him to see that I was calling 911 or else I wouldn't have made it as far as I did. And I was trying to run out of the house because I was so scared. And he was throwing my stuff all over and screaming and threatening me. He's like, if you don't get back in this house, I'm going to end you. And I was in the garage. I was standing in the garage with my phone behind my back. And I knew it was calling 911. And I couldn't, bring it to my ear yet because he's looking at me. And as soon as I had the chance, I was running down our driveway of our apartment. And as soon as I, got a little bit further away, I put the phone up to my ear and I told him what's happening. I'm like, can you please help me? Can you please help me? I'm scared. He's threatening me. And he sees me on the phone talking and he thinks that I'm like talking to my friends or like telling somebody about what he's doing. And he's even more pissed. He starts sprinting after me. I'm like screaming, crying. He caught up to me. He grabbed the phone from my face and saw that it was 911. And I remember him being so upset that it was 911 that he pushed me onto the cement and he hung up the phone and he ran back inside. And I'm sitting there on the cement, bloody, bruised knees, looking up at him like run away with my phone. Knowing that he hung up 911, I didn't think they were gonna come, and I'm just like, this was my only chance to get help. Like, I was sobbing, and I just sat on the cement. I didn't know what to do, where to go. 5 minutes later, I heard sirens, and I was just like, thank God. All of a sudden, there were 4 cop cars in front of me, and they picked me up, and they took photos of the bruises of my body, and they asked me a lot of questions about the abuse, and I told them everything, and they told me they're gonna handle it. So I remember them walking to our apartment and knocking on the door, and it was locked. He locked himself inside the apartment. During this time, he was on antidepressants or coming off of antidepressants, so his mood swings were much more extreme than normal. And like I said, not that this is an excuse, this isn't an excuse, and I shouldn't tolerate this either way, but I do have some sort of understanding that he was on antidepressants and this could have affected his mood. And they walked in and started talking to him, and they shut the door behind them. And I remember sitting outside of the house with one of the other cops, and he's just like, you're gonna be okay. Like, you have so many better things coming. I promise it will get better for you. And I was just like, thank you so much. Like, I just needed to hear this because I couldn't talk to my family or my friends about this because I didn't want to make him look bad. And all of a sudden the cops are like, you can come in, and they let me back into the house. And as soon as I walked into the house, I saw on the table that he set up this Lego set with scattered pieces all over as if he was just playing with Legos. And I'm like looking at this Lego set. This wasn't there when he was just, threatening me and throwing my things and scaring me. There was no Lego set. And I was like, and he was like sitting on the couch as if he's playing with Legos. Is he like trying to make himself look like a good little boy playing with toys? Like, what is this? He also obviously picked up all the stuff that he was throwing around the house. The house looked very clean and had a Lego set on the table, and he was sitting there with his Legos. But luckily, the police didn't fall for like this innocent thing. They saw the bruises on my body. They put him in handcuffs and walked him out. When he left, I felt the biggest weight off my shoulders. Of course, I was terrified. I'm alone in another state. My family's across the country. I have nobody. I had some friends, but they don't obviously know the situation, so it's like I felt very alone. I remembered like, oh my God, he had my phone, And I ended up finding my phone, and I grab it, and I look at it, and it says text messages from my family, my dad, my mom, my sister, my grandparents. I was like, what happened? And I open it, and I see that when I called 911, it alerted all of my emergency contacts and said, I made an emergency call from this location. And I felt the biggest pit in my stomach, and I texted them saying, I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. That's so strange. I have no idea what that is. And it's something to this day I still feel so bad about. I've never lied to my dad. It's just because I was scared and trying to protect him, and I never told my family that it texted. I was just like, I don't know what it is. All the video and audio proof is within the police report, but I do have some photos that I took of my body this day. I didn't show up to any of the court cases. I didn't want him to go to jail. I felt bad that I even called the cops. I can't believe, I was mad at myself. I was like, I'm a bad person. I was so angry at myself for calling 911. Looking back on it now, I'm so proud of myself. It was a huge step for me. I'm so proud of myself. And what really gave me the courage to share this story now is because I found out that he was lying to people about what happened and making it out to be I was crazy and called the cops on him for taking my phone. You're not going to traumatize me and then also lie about it to make me look crazy.
He lied about everything, including the arrest. When he went to jail for abusing you, he said that he took your phone and you got upset with him. And I knew that wasn't the whole story because, one, how would you call the cops, and why would they just arrest him for taking your phone?
Oh my god.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
I was dumbfounded. I just remember thinking, what could he have done? Yeah.
Whew, this is the part that bothers me the most. This is the part that it really causes me pain in my stomach thinking about this. It's the most hypocritical thing on the fucking face of the earth. He posted, when you date an OF girl thinking it would work out, while he was also doing OF for years. He was doing this on his own. In fact, I didn't even know he was doing what he was doing. How was he able to shame me and then text me oh, and by the way, delete all the comments about me doing it, but let me shame you for doing that same thing. But nobody can know that I also do it. And I did. I deleted every comment about him doing OF on my page. I truly can't believe some of the things that I tolerated. It's really not fair at all. And I stayed silent. I never defended myself of this video. I let him make multiple videos about me like this and just kept it moving. I see a lot of people trying to pin us against each other, and it's just not happening. We both defend each other, so. It was insane. I did understand that this was a way for him to draw attention away from him doing it. And if all this negative attention is on me and people think of me as a nasty bad girl, nobody would believe me if I ever said anything. Nobody would trust me. I received more hate in this month than I have probably in my entire life of doing social media. And I've done social media since I was 15. He said that I have different morals and values than him. Bruh. Moving on, still talking about the business side, posting social media stuff. As we were a partnership, we did post videos and we did have shared accounts. We had a shared account on Instagram. 1 week, my main Instagram, my solo Instagram, got deleted for a bikini photo. I've dealt with this for years. It was deleted for a week, and so unfortunately, timing was awful. During the week that I had my Instagram deleted, we were being reviewed for an event. And so I was oh my God, what do I do? They're not going to approve me if I have no Instagram. And I was panicking at this time. And my manager's well, just use one of your other accounts. And I was okay. So I hop on our joint account and I just use it for the time being just because I didn't have an Instagram. I wanted to post stories and have a fucking Instagram. And I borrowed it. I just archived everything. I would never delete anything. And I remember him blowing up. He made a bunch of Instagram stories about me, shaming me publicly for this. I added some foreshadowing in so you can see not only how hypocritical he was, but what he was saying and what was happening behind the scenes.
The only reason I even posted on social media about the Maddie and Elijah joint account was because the simple fact that I couldn't get a simple text message or a heads up saying, hey, I'm going to change the Maddie and Elijah account and delete all the the pictures and everything on there.
Yes, this is the same person who deleted the entire channel and deleted all the videos without my permission. He even tweeted about it saying, like, the only reason I'm taking this publicly is because I have no say into the account that I also own. Ironic. You think it's okay to take things publicly when you have no say into the account you own. He thought it was fine for him to speak publicly when I borrowed an Instagram account, and then he steals and threatens to delete the entire YouTube channel, and I'm supposed to just sit here and be silent? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Especially, like, even when my grandpa's passed away, you can't even allow me to have the memories that I also own with him. I want you guys to understand this. Over a year and a half later, since I borrowed the joint Instagram account, he removes my access from the YouTube channel. He deletes all of the videos. Because of this, I have no access to all the memories that I own and that I've posted for 6.5 years. This was like my digital diary. If you guys have been watching us for years, you know, like, I posted everything I went through on this channel. My first graduation, getting my first dog, the death of my childhood dog, the montage I made, I will never see that again. Grandparents, my papa who I love dearly who just passed away, I don't have it all. I immediately texted him and I said this. And also, I saw you deleted all the YouTube videos. I was wondering, can you at least send me access to them so I can, you know, have my old videos, my old memories, like when I got Hua for the first time, my montage I made of Lexi when she died. So yeah, just give me access for that as well. I won't public anything, I just want them for myself. Oh my God, so rude. At least say please and thank you. Didn't your mom teach you any manners? Remind you, he knows I don't have a relationship with my mom while he's mocking me. This is how he speaks, like a child. He said, if you want the channel back in the videos, stop posting videos about me. This is the last time I'm asking. Also, delete the videos of you talking about me and I'll gladly hand it over. I know which ones they are, so I'll be watching to see if you actually do it. If not, I'll delete it in 1 week. I'm not playing games with you. You guys can go look. I've never talked anything bad about this person besides him being hypocritical. And I never mentioned his name. It could be about anybody. Like, please.
Me and my truth, we sit in silence.
What I don't like is a hypocrite. Some things are not always as they seem. As a domestic violence survivor, I was always looking for new ways to of him permanently deleting all the videos and zooming in on the delete forever, zooming in on the can't undo this to mock me, and he put cinematic music and stuff like that. And then said, God bless. And then told everyone that I was pure evil. What? I don't even need to say anything or show anything. By him filming himself, deleting all the videos and making it all funny while he knows like I'm hurting and I wanted my memories, and especially for the fans that wanted the memories, showing them as if they're gonna cheer him on. Like, they wanted the memories too. They grew up with us. Like, it's just so insane. He proved exactly all of my points. I said he was holding this content over my head. Now that I said something, he filmed himself deleting everything. And then he proceeded to tell our fans that he just couldn't compromise with me. It's just insanity. There's also been a lot of comments about me not wanting to have kids. It's not true. I want to have kids, and I did want to have kids, and of course I want to be a mom. I just didn't want to have kids with somebody that I feel unsafe with. If you're going to put your hands on me, why the hell would I ever let you hold my baby? Nope. Absolutely no. So that is why I just didn't want to have kids with that person. But of course the audience doesn't know this. He knows saying this, they'll be like, oh, like, he's such a good man and she doesn't want to marry him. Of course he knows, like, this is what they'll think. But from me watching it, like, of course I don't want to marry you. In fall of 2022, we had a business event that we were both invited to as a duo, and we went together, and although we were broken up, we met fans together and remained friends. We were fine. Coming to find out, he was talking badly about me to everybody.
We met at Playlist Live in 2022. Every time you were around, he would complain. He'd be like, oh my God, bro. Like, why is she standing right here? You guys had fans to meet, and they wanted to meet both of you probably together.
I walk in the door, and the energy, it's just like, when I tell you when I opened this door, it was like I was walking through a portal. It was like, oh, Maddie, this is worse than I thought it was. He was threatening to throw the chair off of the balcony. He got in my face. He was like, when I count down to 10, if you don't leave this room, when I get to 0 or whatever, I will hit you. Like, hey, like, listen, I'm not scared of you, number one, but, like, also, you need to learn how to talk to people.
We ended up hooking up right before I left. He came upstairs as I was packing my bags to go home. Like, my flight was at 5 a.m. I went upstairs at 3 o'clock in the morning, Sunday night going into Monday. And he came upstairs with...
And this is not a big deal, but I just want to point out how I was getting so much hate for, like, already talking to people and going on dates. If you guys only knew, like, this is what I was saying before in my other TikTok. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. His name has been blocked from my comments for years. I never wanted him to get hate. He left my name in all the comments of his TikTok. Like, he let people talk bad about me, and he would even, like them and respond to them. Chris told me, like, she would always, like, tell him, like, why are you doing this? Like, this is, like, so mean. Like, you should block her name out of your comments. And I think he loved it. I think he loved to see people turn against me and, you know, praise him. I think he truly enjoyed this. I'm looking at a comment right now. Where is this negative energy coming from? I thought you were good friends, and her account is so positive. Like, people saw I was so positive about everything, and I never made him out to be a bad guy, even though I could have easily told, you know, the story a long time ago, what he did to me. For example, like, me finding him on Tinder during the relationship and fans messaging me like, is this your boyfriend? It's verified. And I would be like, no, it's for a video. It wasn't, but I was like, it's for a video. Don't worry about it. Because I was so used to protecting him and keeping his reputation clean. And he would start drama with other YouTubers as well. And I would, like, wake up and see all these hate comments like, wow, like, pinning us against other couples, and I'm like, what is happening? He brought so much negativity and drama into my life. You can even hear them in the video, like, saying, like, you don't even know me.
Making all these accusations. You don't even know us. I know nothing about you, bro.
And he was creating drama with them. He never met them, and he was creating drama with them. I was sucked into everything. Like, I also want to give Chris a platform to share her story, so in this video I'll just overlay our FaceTime calls.
What you did is deplorable, unforgivable. The way that you spoke to me, how forceful you were, it's disgusting. You don't have to live with that. I have to live with that. God, I mean, I stayed quiet for so long because he did threaten me and tell me that he would ruin my life and make my life a living hell. And obviously, like, what I went through was so mentally disturbing and physically that I could not deal with anything else. But then hearing your story and, like, coming together with you, it gave me a lot of strength and more confidence to talk about this. Sorry, there's, like, a little fly in my freaking house. I know. The fly's like, I saw it all. If you were a fly on the wall in my house when he was here, when he went to LA with me, I think that was just an excuse to go see you to do the breakup video. When he got back, he was gloating about how he has all of the footage, all of your raw footage. He's not letting you touch it. He's editing everything himself. And then he was like, Maddie was crying the whole time. She was so emotional.
I read all the comments on the breakup video. Everyone's like, oh my God, like, Maddie doesn't care at all. Like, she definitely cheated, or she definitely did this, or whatever. He manipulated it in a way to make it look like he was heartbroken. He was, like, such a good boy.
He didn't give a shit when he came back to my friend's house. He wasn't emotional. When I saw the video, I was actually shocked. Because the way that he treated you throughout the entire process is not the way that he acted in the breakup video.
But he's very good. He knows how to get everybody to, like feel for him. He's very good at manipulating.
Like I said, he's going to be really shocked to hear from me and see me. But again, like, I am done. I have nothing to lose. I do not care. I mean, I don't have anything to lose because he's not going to want to come forward about what he did to me. He will be so foolish, and make sure you put this in the video. He will be so foolish to say anything about me, because if his family knew and they saw all the screenshots and everything, like, no, seriously, that you guys really will think much differently about him, unfortunately. But it's not something that I'm ready to talk about. But if the time does come, I will absolutely talk about it if I have to. But I don't want to if I don't have to. It's so hard to even talk about, because when I look back at the things that he said to me when he left my house, they're so vile. Like, how can you be so insensitive and cruel to somebody? Like, I don't even know. Like, honestly, I can cry, because he got really, really upset when I basically said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, obviously what you did is effed up. Like, this is not okay. He had every reason in the book as to why he was right, and he defended himself until no end. There's no defending yourself, buddy. What you did is deplorable, unforgivable. The way that you spoke to me, how forceful you were, it's disgusting. You don't have to live with that. I have to live with it. It is really hard for me to get on the internet and open up about this, but I think it's really important because we do share such intense I guess like stories with him, like such intense situations that like maybe not sitting in silence can help other people not sit in silence, you know?
Yeah.
Because trust and believe, this still haunts me every single day, what I had to endure and how I had to go through it alone, and how he did not give a shit, and the vile things that he said to me. Like, I cannot unhear them, I cannot unread them. And obviously you know what he did, but I don't know if I'm like ready to really talk about what exactly that is, because
I don't blame you.
it was bad.
And at the end of the day, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You really don't.